great adventure awaits you.
And we are in. And it looks like that my mic is working and receiving, and that is what's important here. Everybody, welcome back to One Woman Table. I am the host, the dreaded DM, or Dread, or just Caitlin. Just Caitlin is also fine. I'm rolling with it. That is my name. My name is Caitlin. I have a couple of announcements to make before I jump into the next segment of my D&D 5e solo play. So, first and foremost, this is only going to be my first stream of the night. I am actually going to be doing 2 streams tonight. I have been invited by the lovely, lovely humans over at Advanced Dungeons, Intermediate Dragons to guest star in a stream tonight. And if you're wondering why I wasn't hyping this before tonight, it's because we're just jumping straight into it. No holds barred, baby. We're just gonna do it. And I'm actually so excited. I've had this character in my back pocket for the last, at least 6 months now. Not necessarily for this stream, but I've had them there, and I'm just super excited to be able to play this character. It's going to be a fun one, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. We are going to be streaming on the Advanced Dungeons Twitch at, I believe it's 9:30. Cass, who is the DM for that little adventure, sorry guys, I'm just brimming with excitement right now. I'm having trouble keeping track of my brain and my words. Cass is the lovely DM for this adventure. This particular adventure is called Jural and Ace on the Case. We are going to be streaming it tonight, and I'm going to be guest starring in it tonight, potentially for longer. We'll see how things go. I'm super excited either way. I can't have my name be the dreaded DM anymore, because now I'm going to be a player. Like, I don't even know how to react to that, honestly. I don't know how I'm going to be in that situation. Like, it's been a minute. It's been a hot minute. And this is also first streamed D&D session. So this is very exciting times here on the channel. Just stay tuned, guys. Just you wait. Exciting things are on the horizon for the dreaded DM. There was another thing, and I'm sure it's important, and I can't quite remember. Yes, in the intervening time between my last stream, we have actually gotten a couple more followers. We ended off last stream being at 26 followers, I believe it was, and now we have another 2, which is very exciting. Thank you for the follows, you two, and I hope I'll see you around the streams. And that's it, really. So be sure to catch me on my next stream, literally in a couple hours. Dang, we just got another follow. Sup, Cupcake Queen number 7. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Appreciate your face. And honestly, what's up? If you got cupcakes, you gotta hand them out. Like, that's stream rules. You got cupcakes. You're the Cupcake Queen. I assume that means you got cupcakes. Oh, you met me at Comic-Con. I don't want to say your name on stream, just in case, for privacy reasons, unless you're okay with me saying your name on stream. But I know. Cupcake Queen, she's got one of the most broken characters. Quality, she is one of the admins or mods on the Irish TTRPG space. We met at Comic-Con last week. Lot of fun, actually. So much fun. I met Quality / Cupcake Queen at the Hearthfire Tales stand. She told me of one of the most broken characters I have ever heard of in my entire career as a DM. Like, in the best possible way, it hurt my soul. Just the thought of it makes me so upset. In a good way. As a DM, I would it's like an interesting puzzle. Like, how would I try to get by that 30 passive perception? Not not active, passive perception. That there's just no hiding anything. Okay, we should be back now. Can everyone hear? There we go. Yep. The wire came loose on my mic. It's a fixable problem this time, guys. It's okay. It's okay, guys. It's a fixable problem. Everything's good and fine. Okay, that's given me the kick in the butt I needed. Oh, and little Lost Evie, welcome to the chat. This week on One Woman Table, we are moving on from... We are still doing D&D 5e solo play. This is part 2 of a published D&D actual play called... Not actual play, sorry. D&D solo play. From my research into it, there doesn't seem to be a overarching name for this series. It's just D&D solo play, as far as I can see. I will put links to the person on DM's Guild, but in terms of a series name for it, I can't find any evidence of it. Last week we played part 1. Well, I played part 1. You guys were there. That was a lot of fun. Same character, same setting. For those who do not remember, I played a monk named Sora Peagreen. I don't know if I introduced the last name, but that's their name. Their name is Sora Peagreen. Had a bit of a harrowing time, actually. Was hired by a rich merchant couple who had their son kidnapped. Or it wasn't even their son, it was their grandson. Grandson kidnapped by a knight. Authorities of the town were just like, your son's dead. Kid's dead. Might as well just forget about him and move on with your life. Looked like you jacked up your husband pretty good. Pity about that now. Nothing we can do about it though. And they were like, well, that's not okay for the militia, for the sheriff of the town to say, yeah, he's dead. It's fine. We're not gonna do anything about it. I came through town, basically asked them why were they crying. Literally, that was the plot hook. These people were crying, and I asked why, and they were like, please save our son, our grandson, who we consider our son. And I was like, sick as hell, and you're gonna pay me, and they said they would pay me 2,000 gold, and I was like, even better. I was gonna do it out of the goodness of my heart, but monetary gain is better. So went into the forest. I can't remember the specific forest's name, but went into the forest, stopped for a beer on the way, continued on my way. Then somebody immediately killed my horse for no reason. And that was hurtful and upsetting. Went into the forest and had a little jaunt around there. Highlights were found a cool +1 quarterstaff, which I still have. I found a cave across a river, and while attempting to go into the cave, I fully fell in, couldn't get back out, and lost literally everything I owned except for my staff, which I was, I guess, holding at the time. They were like, everything in your backpack is gone, but because my quarterstaff was quote-unquote equipped, I could keep it. And I was like, sick as hell, still hurts, because I had 300 gold that I had not spent yet, and, you know, just a bunch of little things, you know, like little useful things, like the explorer pack that every adventurer has and the 50 foot of hempen rope, just gone. Yeah, I'm gonna miss that rope, just like I miss my horse. Anywhoosie, continued on through the forest until I eventually reached a graveyard, a subsequent crypt, where I found the young man and the Death Knight, as he called himself, and he was basically threatening this kid and being like, you're my squire now. The vibe was he was gonna kill this kid to make him the squire. me and the knight got into a little scrap. It was a very close fight, actually. I ended up, like, I got him, I defeat him, but I had 2 hit points left by when all was said and done. And the kid was like, hey, did you get this particular tree branch from this particular tree? And I was like, what? No? What? And he was like, he's not dead, and he's gonna come back to life and kill yo ass. Sure enough, the knight started twitching or something. I wasn't really given a choice in the matter in terms of the book itself. I was like, okay, we gotta go. I would have left anyway, but you know, it would have been nice if they given the option to fight, even though that would have been a dumb and stupid idea. Me and the kid, we GTFO'd, got back to town, and you know, grandparents were overjoyed to have their child back because we were all in imminent danger from this knight. I basically encouraged the family to get out of town as soon as possible because if the knight wasn't dead, he was coming back for them. The lady gave me a very valuable necklace. She said it was worth 700 gold. I actually forgot to write that on my character sheet because that is now, apart from my staff and the clothes on my back, my only possession. Yeah, told the family to get out. She gave me a necklace because there just wasn't time to give me my 2,000 gold, and honestly, Sora was fine with that. Sora GTFO'd as well, just got out of Dodge. Between the time of the Death Knight and this current adventure, the Tyrant of Zhentil Keep, written by the same person as I said, Sora's leveled up. They are now a level 3 monk. It'll become clear what subclass I've chosen in a few minutes. Very exciting. And I would say Sora would have made the point of trying to head back to her temple to speak with her master, the old man, as she calls him, who has kind of become her conscience in a way. I think on the way, she very much was kind of ruminating over everything that happened in the forest and how she came very close to death. To like 2 hit points is no joke, especially for level 2 characters. How she couldn't help the kid. You know what I mean? Like she couldn't heal the kid or tend to his wounds or do anything like that. Like she kind of became a monk as on a dare, on a bet. She liked the power, she liked the training that being a monk, training as a monk involved, because of, like, she saw it as just an extension of her past, what she used to do. She used to be essentially a card shark, con woman, the card game where they like find the lady, that type of thing. Like she had very good dexterity, and basically her sensei made a bet with her. If he could find the lady every time, so like 3, 4, 5 times, she would become an apprentice monk at his temple. If she managed to elude him, he would give her, like, it was like an obscene amount of gold. It was like 1,000 to 2,000 gold for, like, you know, stupid card game. And he did it. He got her. So she didn't have to, but she wanted to know how he did that. She wanted to figure out the trick, essentially. So she agreed to become his apprentice. She never forgot her old conning ways, and she intended to go back to it eventually. But this experience with the Death Knight, because her sensei sent her off on, like, it was kind of like final test type vibe, to become a full-fledged monk and to be taught the ways of their order, the Order of the Long Death. And she realized she was too far away, so she's trained She trained and realized if she went back to the monastery, she went back to the temple, the Death Knight could potentially follow her. So as best she could, she was able to send messages. She sent messages of warning to the monastery and tried to train herself as best she could in the way of their art, and as a result became a Way of Mercy monk, able to provide healing or mercy if needed. She kind of stolen her mask, because the thing of Way of Mercy is that they get these kind of plague doctor masks. She kind of stole hers because she had no intention of going back. But things have changed since then. Without further ado, we'll get into the second part of the adventure. Take a little sip of juice before That's been my major downfall throughout my streaming journey. I forget to drink any kind of liquid, and my throat and my voice are destroyed. Without further ado, let's begin. Backstory: Flight from Shadows. I wander far. At some point, as I cross the Anorok Desert, the year changes to 1350 DR. Halfway through the century, and certainly the end of a momentous decade for Faerun. So much has happened. The departure of the elves from Kormanthar, the rise of the Witch King Zengi in Damara and Vasa, and the end of the age of humanity itself. But these things are far from my mind as I toil across the dry, wasted landscape of the Nethril, heading east, sometimes northeast, as the wind takes me, but then again, not heading anywhere really, just walking. I've seen much already, and for a while I've had the feeling that shadows are on my tail, so I keep walking, trudging on until the weight of the shadows begin to lift. As I cross the Anorok, several days at a time pass when I see not a soul. I embrace the solitude and spend that time talking aloud to myself about everything I have encountered and everything I've learnt so far in my life. Many realizations crystallize during my crossing of the Anorok. But soon enough, I begin to crave the company of another being. Any friendly humanoid, really. Ha! Bold of this thing to assume I had supplies. As my supplies start to run out, my solitude becomes a threat to my survival. On the third day, after my water skin runs dry, I see several small dots, on the horizon traveling toward me, oscillating like specters across the dry, hot distance. My spirit lifts. I'm saved from dying of thirst by a traveling caravan consisting of several friendly half-orc families who are running from shadows of their own, it seems. They tell a tale of persecution in the lands I am about to enter. They speak of tyrants, powerful despots, and secret networks. The word Zhentil is mentioned several times, usually in conjunction with the name Manchun, which makes me weigh for a moment the option of turning south and avoiding what lies ahead. The thought enters your mind for but a breath, following which you chide myself for my cowardice. No. Ever since I set out on this journey, I was resolved to simply keep walking in the direction I had chosen, and now my resolve is firmer still. Whatever crosses my path, I will deal with it as I always have, with keen instinct and prodigious skill in combat. Hell yeah. I say goodbye to the caravan and continue. Slowly, civilization, or at least the remnants of it, begin to emerge from the shifting sands. Ruins of the Netherese spires and the plain of the standing stones bear witness to the great civilizations that once prospered here. When great cities hovered above the desert floor, the great floating city of Fultonthar, now lost somewhere in the shadow plane, was the greatest of these. I walk on and wonder to myself if this desert has an ending, when slowly the landscape begins to change. Endless sands giving way to grassy hills the color of wheat, then suddenly, as if springing from the landscape itself, a great emerald forest rises before me, stretching far north. I enter the border forest, continuing east, and after 2 days' peaceful travel through its green depths I emerge, seeing before me a river winding its way through a pristine landscape towards a huge inland body of water. I immediately, dabble my toes. I've learnt my lesson. I'm not getting in. I'm just cool. And the first day, as soon as I'm out of the desert and I see this beautiful river and lake, I just dabble my feet and beaten up feet. Oh, it feels so good, so relaxing. It feels like I've been looking over my shoulder for days, weeks, months, however long it's been, and though I've been training and trying to keep up with try not to think about it, just keep up with the thoughts in my head by moving my body, it's hard. And this is like the first kind of nice thing that's happened in a very long time. A locked sea. The Moon Sea, to be precise. I'd always known it was here, but nothing had prepared me for its grandeur. I walk following the River Tesh, and traffic on the road picks up. I see numerous farms dotting the landscape, and on the face of these simple folk I read the lines of worry, of hardship and oppression, in stark contrast to the beauty of the land I travel through. After 3 days, I reach a town called Teshwave, where I spend a night and replenish my supplies, and can't help noticing that these people, despite the beauty and grandeur of this inland realm, look harassed, exhausted, ill-treated. Over ale, I listened in on whispered conversations. So I came in from here, I would say, or here's the road, and this is where I am now. Teshwave. I hear names spoken in bitter tones. Manchun, Fazul, Semimon. I really hope I pronounced that right. I don't think I did. An old merchant enjoys my company so much that he buys me several drinks and gives me a thorough rundown on the geography of the area. Later on, in my room, I go over his description in my head several times and cement the local geography in place. So like I said, we are here at Teshwave. I get the feeling probably the best course of action is to head towards Zhentil Keep. It appears, or Citadel of the Raven. Those two seem to be the bigger places. It is the bane of my existence. My friends and my husband have been pointing out there are certain words that I just keep mispronouncing because I read them first, had the presumed pronunciation of it in my head, and just no one ever corrected me. The one that my friends and my husband most recently noticed was I actually have to think about it because it's still ingrained in me to say it in the way I've been saying it. The American chocolate bar, Hershey's. So for many years I thought it was Hershey's. It turns out there's no L. I have no idea where the L came from, why I thought there was an L, and why nobody corrected me. All I know is there's no L, and it hurts. I've been saying it wrong pretty much since the ages of, I would say at least 11. Pre-teen, for sure. And in my head, like, because it's just stuck with me now, I think Hershey's. I know it's wrong, but Hershey's sounds stupid. I know it's the correct way, but it sounds stupid to me, and I. The next day dawns grey and gloomy, and I depart for Teshwave, making my way towards the next city, the name of which I learnt the night before, Zhentil Keep. It takes me 3 more days to reach Zhentil Keep, and as I approach I see ruins dotting the landscape, dimly lit in the evening light. It appears this once was the scene of a major conflict. I even notice what appears to be scorchings of dragon fire. Long, dark, grey streaks running the length of ruined buildings and roadways. Then suddenly, the granite walls of Zhentil Keep rise before me, banners flying and guards manning her battlements. Right from my first sight of Zhentil Keep, I see that it is not really a beautiful city, but rather built to withstand battle. It has a grim, imposing look about it. Dusk slowly turns to evening as I descend from the north down the long slope towards the fortified town. Just before dipping below the horizon, the sun emerges from between a gap in the clouds, spreading a warm golden light over the landscape. The broad river Tesh, like a vein of gold running through stone, winds its way towards the Moon Sea, some 15 miles to the east. I sense, strongly, that something awaits me within those tall, weathered walls, some quest or task. For better or for worse, I stride up to the guards who man the gates, eyeing me warily. Ooh, ooh, here we go, here we go. I read about this in the early chapters on some parts of the play through. They have this play audio thing, but you need to download a particular app to be able to do it, and I forgot. So there will be no audio. Because I'm going to be finishing up a little earlier than I normally would, there's time for me to download it, and I'll have it potentially for next session. Entry 1. 4 staunch-looking warriors guard the entrance to the city of Zhentil Keep. Welcome to Zhentil Keep, the lead one says gruffly. State your business. Just traveling through, I reply. He grunts, surveying me from head to toe. That does not take long. I'm a halfling. Well, mind your step, traveler. Obey Manchun's edicts, stay out of trouble, and you'll be just fine. I nod to the guards and walk past them through the city gates. The street I am on leads directly into the heart of the city, and not far off I can see a market square, where merchants are packing up their tents as trade ends for the day. A quick look around reveals a city that's not exactly dirty, but definitely in need of a spruce up. Buildings are thick wooden structures or older stone edifices, damaged in places by what looks like the scars of battle. Cobble is poorly maintained and there are potholes here and there. The overall impression is of a once proud city that's taken a few knocks. The citizens look like they've taken a beating too, slumping around, not exactly full of the joy of life, like many others I have seen in this expansive valley of Wait, hold on. Did I skip something? In this expansive valley, they look browbeaten, harassed, and at the end of their tether. On both sides of the street, I see businesses shutting up shop and owners heading home. The only establishment still open is a tavern. Of course. All good adventures start in the tavern. That's a bold statement I just made. A sign above the door stating its name as the Scoundrel's Tankard. Just my kind of place. Further down the street, I see a man standing on a crate, with a large crowd gathered around him. He appears to be delivering some kind of sermon, although it's hard to make out what he is saying over the noise of carts clattering past me. I feel a tiny drop of rain on the back of my hand and look up to see low grey clouds threatening a downpour. I gotta admit, as soon as they said there's someone listening to a sermon, I thought, reminds me of the old days. Let's see what the religious folk are touting these days. So I'm gonna go listen to the man's sermon. One of the things I really like about these this PDF in particular, because they do give you the choice of either printing it out and providing maps and all that type of thing as a PDF, or playing it on tablet and something like that. And if you click on whatever entry you are directed to click on, it'll take you directly to that entry. In the last couple that I've played, the ones for Call of Cthulhu, I had to manually go to each and every one. It saves a lot of time and it avoids a lot of hassle that I would have had. Trust me, there'll still be hassle because I'm an idiot and sometimes forget what I'm meant to read. At least it's not their fault. That is just user error on my part. I walk over to the crowd gathered around the man, who appears to be a priest of some sort. His words gradually become audible. The priest sees me arrive and gives me a slight smile. For the benefit of those who have just arrived, I shall repeat the fell news delivered to Lord Manchun this morning and relayed by his grace to the priests of the Temple of Bane. The tidings are thus: Galantar Hawkhelm is murdered by an orc assassin, and an orc horde descends on the citadel of the Raven, marching unchecked across the Ride, tens of thousands. Lies! A voice cries out. I turn to see a female orc glaring at the priest. Those are lies, propagated by the Black Network. Zhentarim spies killed Hawkhelm, not our people. Silence, wench! The priest bellows. Of course you would say such things. Killed by the Zhentarim indeed. From seemingly out of nowhere, two guards, dressed in the same livery as the gate sentries, appear and grab the orc female under her arms and begin dragging her away, kicking and screaming. The rest of the crowd grows restless. That's enough of that, one guard says gruffly, dealing her a vicious blow with the gauntlet at hand. The female's orc's head slumps forward. The blow has rendered her unconscious. Jesus, this escalated quick. The priest addresses the crowd again. See? It is bred into them, this violence, this hatred. A night in the dungeons will be her reward for treasonous talk like that. Oh, God damn it, God damn it. This doesn't feel right. Sora's a bit of a scoundrel, right? But at the same time, this just feels all the way wrong. Feels all the way wrong to not do something. It feels wrong to not do anything. I'm gonna help her. Sora has changed. Like, she has the thought of, this is not my fight. I am not involved in this. But just seeing this person spout this dog crap about how this is how orcs are, and just the viciousness of these guards, I can't. I'm going to help this orc, and I'm definitely going to regret it and be thrown in prison. I stride towards the guards who are carrying the female orc away. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of a reviewing thing right now. One of my little things about this adventure that I don't like, and it was something that I was hoping that they would take out in this one, was the fact that they've added in lines for me. Listen, I like improvising enough, and like I can leap off what's written here and just improvise off that. That's fine. But I don't like that they've put those lines in for me. It doesn't feel like a D&D thing to me. And while there are plenty of people who might like this, who don't particularly like the roleplay aspect of D&D, maybe this is to cater for them. That's my generous read of the situation. But for someone, a lot of the draw for D&D, at least for me personally, is the fact that I can improvise and act out and all that type of thing. The fact that they have this this setup, it grates me the wrong way just a little. It's hopefully, I keep saying hopefully that it doesn't continue in the next one. I said that the last time, but let her go. She's done nothing wrong except speak her mind. The guards stop and assess me. One puts a hand on the hilt of his sword. How important is this to you, friend? You want to join her in the dungeon? I just learned a few tricks. This is a terrible idea, but they done goofed in my book. They done goofed. Did it say how many guards there were? Oh, there's only 2? We got this. Guys, we've got this. There's only 2 guards. You're foolish enough to take us on, the Luke guard says. We'll either die or be tortured for this. Or you'll die, either die or be tortured for this. Manchun does not take kindly to those who defy his Zhentil. The 2 warriors brandish their spears and attack. Rolling for initiative. Woo! Who loves being dumb right off the bat? Me. I love being dumb right off the bat. Okay, I was going to say, should I roll for both guards or just the one? And then it said it for me right away. Gotta appreciate this. And I'm not sponsored by these people who made these dice. I want to be. Anyone has any ins with Dakota Irish, tell them please I love them. This is one of their dice. You can't, the camera's not really doing it justice. I bought these at Comic-Con the other day. They're called Dark Sun, and they're my favorite things in the world, and I love them. I also bought this beautiful rolling tray from their stand at Comic-Con. Had no intention of doing so. I love it. It's truly my favorite thing in the world, and it makes a great sound when I roll things in it, and it makes me happy. I just wanted to say that. And if anyone does not know who Dakota Irish are, stop. I give you full permission to leave this stream and go check out their stuff, because they have some of the most beautiful dice in the sphere. So you can go. That's fine. I truly understand. I would too. We're rolling for initiative. Sorry about that tangent. Ooh. Hot 21 from my girl Sora. This is funny. They got a natural 2 with my Dakota Irish dice. With my Dark Suns, they take care of me. Let's not beat around the bush. I don't have tokens, and you know, I'm theater of the minding this essentially. So I'm 5 feet away, 5-10 feet ish away from each guard. I am going to go to take my movement, just move 5 feet so I can engage with both guards in melee. I'm just going to roll to attack with my +1 quarterstaff. Kabaya! That'll hit. Let's just roll all the attacks. So that's 1 hit. And I'm going to do, of course, I'm going to spend a key point to do Flurry of Blows. So that's 2 extra attacks. That's not going to do it. They have nice armor class. Okay, there's 2 hits there. And you know what? I'll concentrate them on the one guard, because I want to make sure I at least take one of them down. So that's 1d6. Oops! No, I dropped it. Oh god, these dice are sharp. Okay, 1d6, 1d4, and +12. God, I rolled bad. 9 damage to 1. 18 minus 9 is 9. So these guys who chose to mess with the wrong person watch me just do, like, the most beautiful flying back kick. One of them is just bodied so hard, and then I just stand in my pose, ready to go again, and just wait for them to attack me. The guards make melee, not ranged attacks with spears. If I am flanked... Oh, God, I forgot to look up this rule. Okay, so I have to... I don't know what this is. I'm going to roll... Before I take the attack, before I finish my turn, because I moved, I'm going to roll the d6 and then see what happens. 3. Ooh, someone throws a rock on one of the guards. Disadvantage on their next attack. I would say they would throw the rock at somebody, at the guy still standing, so that guy can roll with disadvantage. That seems fair to me. Yeah, that seems fair to me. Okay, so the other guard, he gets up. He is fucking pissed. So because of flanking, they get advantage. The guy I hit. Oof. That is going to hit me. Okay, I'll roll both their attacks first. So that's 1 hit. They don't... Do they get 2 attacks? They don't get 2 attacks, do they? Nah, they get 1. We're good. So 1 hit, and this guy was rolling with advantage. Now rolls flat. Oh God, even with the flat, he still hits. So that's 2 hits. So that's 2d6 plus... 2d6 plus 2. Oh, and why did they roll well? 9, 11... Jesus! Jesus! Why don't I have a rubber? Rubber. You know, when you stream, you gotta keep talking. You gotta keep the entertainment going. Otherwise, what's the goddamn point? Why are you even here? Like, you could just watch TV and it would probably be, like, slightly more entertaining, but you're here for the good D&D stuff. The good D&D stuff ain't on the TV yet. Only Vox Machina have managed to scratch that, and it's not even proper. Of course there was a rubber directly behind me. Where else would it be? This is the worst rubber ever. What the hell is this nonsense? And I rubbed out the wrong bloody thing. So it'll be 9 hit points left. And that's annoyed me now. World's worst rubber. So 9 damage. Let's get these guys. Let's mess with these guys. Just same again, really. I think definitely need to take at least one of these guys down. I can't take another hit like that. So might go crazy on them. Doesn't hit. I'm going to do Flurry of Blows. I'm also going to use my Hand of Harm. So I can replace one of my attacks on Flurry of Blows with a Hand of Harm. So I can do 1d4 plus some necrotic damage. That'll do. Yeah, that'll be unarmed. Yeah, that's going to hit. The other one wrote. And it might not be worth it to do the Hand of Harm. I'm gonna have to look this up just because I want to be sure I'm doing Hand of Harm correctly. I'm trying to decide, do I add... Is it 2d4 now, or is it just 1d4? When I hit a creature with an unarmed strike, I can spend 1 key point to deal extra necrotic damage equal to 1d4. So yeah, that's what I'm reading as well. I was just on Reddit and reading raw. So I'm going to do, and nobody's going to stop me. So no one's here to stop me. I have ultimate power. So I'm going to do 2d4 plus, what is it? 2d4 plus 9. Dang. Ooh, and I rolled good. 5, 10, 14 damage. what is seen is Sora is like, she tries to hit with the quarterstaff, but the guard dodges to the side, and you see her, like, time slows down a bit, and she breathes deep. You see, like, so, like, almost like her hand, like, in slow motion, it looks like her hand starts shaking like that. In real time, it would be like vibrating. You could see, like, it's vibrating so fast it almost looks like smoke, almost. Like, it looks like her hand is going so fast it's almost catching fire. She does open a palm strike directly into this guard's chest, and it is so powerful that the armor caves in on itself, and you can hear the crack of bone, and along with the crunching of the armor, and the guard just drops dead. Yeah, no, that took him out very easily. I didn't move, so now it's the new guard's turn. I am not going to lie. I would be pretty frightened if I saw that. I don't have a lot of time left, so I am going to roll a quick... Nah, let's just finish the combat. It emboldens him. It emboldens the other guy, and he actually is still rolling flat because his friend's dead now. Oh, meets it, beats it. My AC is 17 and he exactly hits it. Damn it. Why are these guys rolling so well? Tell me. 6 damage. I'm not doing great, gang. Not doing great. Nothing to do but try to finish this as quick as I can. So I literally have to do main attack, flurry of blows, because I could run away. Is that an option? Is that an option down here? Oh, if I'm reduced to 7 hit points or less. I am reduced to 7 hit points or less, but I dropped one guy, and that's all that matters. So let's see. Ooh, hello. Can't wait to find out who that guy is. I hold my side as I bring down one guard, because this entry is claiming that both guards survived. That ain't true. I killed that guy. As soon as he drops, you can see, like, my energy, like, my hand stops vibrating, and I almost seem to collapse in on myself, and I become very aware of my wounds, and I look up at the other guy, the other guard, who is completely unharmed, and I just say, "You give up yet?" And he can see that I'm wiped, and he trains his blade on me, keeps going around. He ties my hands behind my back, says, "I don't want to kill you, traveler, but you will face justice." He whistles. A couple more guards come round, and they see the dead guard in front of them, and the female orc lying pretty much comatose with him. The remaining guard quickly explains to the others what's going on. They grab me, they grab the female orc. I am yanked to my feet and pushed forward. Through the darkening streets, I am jostled at spear point past numerous onlookers. The guards march me down a nearby alleyway, at the end of which are some stairs. I smell some sewage, rotting food, and other putrid aromas as I descend the stairs into a dark, damp corridor. Finally, I arrive before a door, which is pushed open. My hands are unbound, and then with a boot in the middle of my back, I am unceremoniously thrust into the room. Falling onto my hands and knees, cell door shuts and is locked away. And that's where I'm going to end for tonight. I actually went over my time a little bit, but that's okay. It's always better to end on like a nice ending, and ending right here seems to be better than, just random moment. But thank you so much, everybody, for watching the stream tonight. Even though it was kind of short-lived, I had a lot of fun. Make sure that you check out my Instagram. That is the best way to keep track of when my streams are going on. I am also on, I don't have my own space on Discord yet, but I am on the Irish TTRPG Discord. I try to when I remember, I post when, just before my streams go live. So that's also a pretty good place to keep track of what I'm doing. I also have a VOD channel. It has not been updated. I have at least 3 episodes that I need to put up, including this one. Hopefully they'll get done. I've finally actually started working on them. I just want to edit out 1 or 2 things, just like really long pauses and stuff like that. But yeah, that's my plan. You know what? I'm gonna nail it down. Monday at 5 o'clock. The streams that have not been added will be added. I also have my main channel, the Dreaded DM. There's nothing on it yet because I'm trying to write the videos that I want to put up, and I want them to be good. So I am really taking my time with them. I want to make sure that I put out good quality stuff. But I will let everybody know as soon as they're ready that they are ready. But on that note, let's do a raid, shall we? Perfecto. Cat is online. Get her. Let's raid her. Once again, guys, thank you so much for coming to the stream, and we will see you later. And now I'm going to wait awkwardly until this counts down. There it is. Good night, everybody.
Farewell, adventurer. I fear one day we will meet again.